And what we came to do this year. This is only the beginning of a very long season, but Game 1 means just as much as Game 82. Now, we have some new faces here that I really expect to make an impact for us this season. We've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you to go out there and execute just like we did in camp. Ain't no more excuses. It's time to get serious. If we play our brand of basketball, there's no telling where this team can go. So get out there, get warm, and let's go win this game.
My first NBA game. Can't believe it's finally here. You work your entire life for something, and then when it's right in front of you, it's almost hard to believe. But I'm ready. And now it's time for me to show everybody I belong and do my best to represent Harlem.
Let's meet the starting lineup for the visiting New York Knicks. At point guard, Jose Calderon. At the other guard position, Aaron Aflalo. At center, Robin Lopez. At power, at the other forward position.
Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season of NBA basketball. I'm sure you're as excited as all of us are here at 2K Sports as we get ready to start the season in style. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. You can feel the energy here in the BMO Harris Bradley Center. The Bucks looking to please their fans in this NBA's 82-game regular season.
And they rolled over this team last season, beating them every time.
Of a lifelong dream, a special individual taking to the hardwood as we'll get to watch the first official NBA appearance from Jensen.
You know, he's a great young player and even a better young man. So personally, I couldn't be happier for him. I know he's thinking about the game, but I hope he's able.
Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. Bucks lead by 14. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. Well, earlier we sat down with Freak and asked him about...
You know, I've thought about this moment my entire life. Now that it's finally here, the feeling's pretty crazy. But I know it's just the beginning. I got a lot of hard work ahead of me to get to where I want to go, to be the best player and the best teammate I could be. But this is an exciting first step, no doubt.
You know, Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective from most rookies, do you?
You really don't, Kevin. I mean, I really like his approach to the game. What remains to be seen, though, is will that translate to consistent production on the court.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
Playing a physical brand of basketball so far, and those trips to the foul line have been very effective.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
Jensen, he's in at shooting guard. Plumlee out there with John Henson. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Bayless in at the point guard position. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with.
Saying it was rough is an understatement. There was a lot of turbulence. And some of it was due to their defense. They just had a difficult time stringing together stops and cutting down opponents' scoring chances.
Williams sends a screen for Roten. And counts the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield it?
And through the first half,
And now,
and as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. Without question, Chris Middleton displaying his skills today.
Yeah, he's playing just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
Greg, that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about being efficient as an offensive player. Fully on display there with him.
Cheio as meninas a dançar.
Here's Carter Williams. A 21-point lead, the biggest in the game. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for the Knicks, Porzingis is out there with Robin Lopez. Then there's Calderon. Then there's Aflalo. Milwaukee leading by 18. Antetokounmpo kicks to Freak. Monroe, the pass to Antetokounmpo. He feeds it to Freak. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here. And here we see the debut of Freak, the kid from Harlem. His first time on an NBA floor. And there you have it, folks. The very first NBA bucket from Jensen.
You know, maybe not the prettiest bucket he'll ever score, but it'll always be the first one.
And the first will make it the prettiest one. Well, no matter how he got it, just a fantastic moment in this young man's career and his basketball life.
And the Bucks making a change here. Mayo's checked in. Here's Anthony. And that comes off the assist by Calderon. Calderon's got 5 assists in the game.
Oh, wow. 4 of 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire. And right before Carmelo went down with the injury last season, it seemed like he had added the fadeaway to his game, molded a little bit after Dirk Nowitzki.
Right wing. Back to Calderon. Kicks it to Anthony. Knocks down the 3-ball. Anthony's got 14 points for the game.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Carmelo's reasoning was that he had been burned enough by Dirk's fadeaway, he had to adapt.
Yeah, that's a great fadeaway to borrow from, for sure. I mean, Melo already has a mid-range game, terrific mid-range game, and this shot makes that even deadlier.
Calderon passes to Porzingis. Tries again, and the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Greg Monroe, he's checked in for Miles Plumlee. Parker comes in for Henson. Freaks checked in for O.J. Mayo. And it's Carter Williams in for Jared Bayless. And then for New York, Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Anthony. And Thomas subbed in for Aaron Aflalo. The dynamite pair of Antetokounmpo and Parker at forward. Michael Carter Williams is out here.
O que? A bola sai sempre, mano. Por amor de Deus.
The group for Milwaukee right now.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls. Well, Milwaukee last year became just the 9th team in NBA history to go from Greg being the worst in the league to a playoff team.
Unbelievable what they accomplished. And they had a tough matchup in the first round with the playoff season Bulls, however. Things didn't go well, but they did get some valuable experience from that effort.
If you need it.
Here's O'Quinn. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Well, as you said, guys, I mean, the Bucks struggled early in their series against the Bulls, but they got the momentum and forced the game 6, but then were blown out at home to end the series. Ended up losing by 54. That's right, 54. Wow.
Here's Jensen. Plumlee is just a freak. Parker outside. Pass to Vaughn. There's the feed to Freak. Good key by Williams.
Querias.
And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. A confident win, one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think they felt they had the edge.
Calas, 93-79.
Hey.
Recebemos 248
The 2K
moedinhas.
Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Michael Carter Williams.
Overall, just a rock-solid outing for him. It's hard to point to any one area of the game because he was so good on both ends of the floor. He was down.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith,
Estas musiquinhas, sim senhor. Bem, vou aqui atribuir mais pontos. Temos 1808. Vamos evoluir para cada um.
Coming home.
First game.
New York City, baby.
New York.
I'll be honest. Pretty excited. Mama, Pop, and Cece. Yeah, they're gonna be there. Playing in front of them in the NBA uniform for the first time is gonna be a special moment. Now, I know all of them
durante as lives. Ser só
pressure,
depois.
right? It's all good though. I've been waiting for this my entire life. And I'll be ready.
Gregory Jensen. The fuck? Nada disso. Oi.
Coming to you live on 2K Sports, it's time for NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And joining us in a bit later from the sidelines, Doris Burke. The Nets will look to their home court advantage, just one game here in Brooklyn. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Milwaukee team. They can only manage it. Sloan subbed in for Jarrett Jack. And then for Milwaukee, John Henson's checked in for Monroe. Freak comes in for Chris Middleton. And Jared Bayless subbed in for Michael Carter-Williams. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, the dynamite pair of Antetokounmpo and Parker at forward. Freak is out there with Jared Bayless, and it's Henson in at center. Now the Bucks made huge strides as a team last season. Greg, most of it came from them establishing themselves as a top-tier defensive team.
And Kevin, as you know, that's really where it starts for all the elite teams. And the Bucks defensively were very strong. You look at the metrics that measure a lot of the defensive categories. Bucks finished with the second-best defensive rating in the NBA.
And guys, the Bucks were great across the board defensively. Top 5 in field goal percentage defense. Top 10 in three-point field goal defense. And of course, created a lot of turnovers too.
Plumlee, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Mayo comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
It's taken them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter offensively.
But no time to relax here. They've got to keep the pressure on with the defense, and I think they've got to try to put this one away early.
Pass to Kilpatrick. To the wing right side. The pass to Hollis Jefferson. Just 5 to shoot. Here's a Sims.
Nada.
On the 3 off target.
And a big part of why the Bucks were so good on defense is because they got back on defense. They allowed the most fast break points in the league. Hustling back in transition goes a long way with the team's D.
Mark, when you take a look at John Henson, you see one thing, length.
Yeah, a lot of it, too. I mean, he measures 6'9" with a 7'5" wingspan at the 2012 NBA Combine. Davis. Wow.
Right. Bucks leading by 9. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
I had a chance to talk with the head coach for Brooklyn. He told me it's a fun challenge trying to slow down a team that's so cagey and opportunistic offensively. He said, of course we've done our scouting, but this is the first time we've seen them firsthand this season. So it'll be interesting to see if we can take them out of their sets and slow them down at that end. Guys, they'll have to be solid defensively. Back to you.
Thanks, Doris. So keeping the opposing shooters in check, guys, they're making that a very high priority right now.
I think that's smart. I mean, you have to identify what your opponent's strengths are, and he's done it correctly.
Yeah, I think so, too. I mean, if you let their shooters get even a tad comfortable, you're playing with major fire there.
And talking about Henson, obviously the great length helps him as a shot
blocker.
The young center is also very quick off his feet. He's averaged around 2.5 blocks a game over the past 2 seasons. He's also been contributing some as a rebounder, though really needs to add some weight to kind of take it to that next step.
Ball stolen. And here we go. Fast break. Freak's got it. The shot's good from Henson.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
That's it.
Here's Sloan. Oh, and he just
entrou!
What a three at the horn as they end the quarter on a high note.
Couldn't agree more. That'll give them a nice little lift, I think, going into the next quarter.
And we heard from John Henson before the game, a player on the rise. He feels he still has a lot to prove. Well, it sounds like he still feels like he has something to prove, Greg, but seems to me he's already known for being that kind of guy.
Yeah, that's a great point. Anybody who plays against him.
Both teams making substitutions here. Brooklyn with the ball. 4-point game. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean,
look,
on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
And guys, I think what you saw from them throughout the game was teamwork. This is a team. Regardless of who was out there on the floor at any given time, they got it done. And that has to make you feel good as a group.
They've got Robinson. He's out there with Henry Sims. Donald Sloan out there with Bogdanovich. And it's Kilpatrick in at the shooting guard
nunca consigo. A bola nunca entra. É que nunca, mas nunca.
Of coaching already changed teams once and they had some
Toma.
personnel issues, but
you
cannot deny that he knows how to get the most out of his team.
And with Kidd, the results on the floor, Greg,
anda lá, filho. Como é que não entrou? Quer dizer, nas outras quando é assim entra. Agora nessa, Jesus. Olha. Fica de fora.
I tell you what, he's shown me a bright future in that capacity for himself.
Antetokounmpo dishes to Freak.
Ei.
Pass to Plumlee. Here's Jensen.
Vai ficar lá.
Toma. As that one goes in.
Mais
and the Bucks lead by 4. Looking at the last game for Milwaukee, it was a loss to Toronto.
Yeah, I had the chills watching that. It really was a nightmare defensively for them. When you go into that building and get by some very hot shooting.
They didn't challenge the shooters, they didn't defend the shooters like they should have. And once the fans got into it and the arena started ramping up,
agora falha. Só para não ser esperto.
O.J. Mayo is checked in for Milwaukee. So we get some both.
And last season, the Nets made sure nobody went off against them. They would lose games, but they did a great job of limiting an opposing star.
Ei, ó brincalhão, deixa lá a bola.
And Bayless kicks to Freak. Offensive rebound.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
And that put back about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
We've got 1:18 left here in the second. Rebound, Brooklyn. As you mentioned with the Nets, they limited takeover games, set an NBA record, in fact, Clark, by allowing the fewest 30-point scores against them.
Yeah, you know, only Harden and Lillard were able to get 30 points against the Nets. As you said, the first team to allow so few in a complete NBA season. Going back to 99, the strike-shortened season, the Knicks did it as well.
And for Milwaukee, they're shooting 38% in the second quarter. Offensively, they look a little bit confused.
Oh.
Brooklyn's gone 3-6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown.
Já foste.
And it's Kilpatrick missing. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
Ei.
Plumlee with the
Zeca.
screen.
Zeca, não brinca.
Bayless kicks to
Toma.
And that comes off the assist by Jared Bayless. Plumlee's got his first basket of the night.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividend.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Knocked away. Stolen by Henson. One-on-one fast
Bora,
break.
Zé.
And
E
you can come over
entrou.
the line with a chance to make it 3.
Yeah,
Agora vamos estar a perder. Ai, vá lá.
And so it's a close.
Para a segunda parte. Segunda parte não, agora já vamos para a terceira.
All right now.
Vamos passar isto. Isto é sempre a mesma coisa. Vamos começar no banco, se calhar. Ainda 41-36. Estamos a ganhar.
Setting the floor for the Bucks. Jensen in a two guard.
Ei, meio.
Chris Middleton is out
Ui,
there with Parker.
já
Then
foi.
there's Monroe. And it's
Vai
Carter
buscá-la.
Williams in the one spot.
Por amor de Deus. Deixa jogar esta merda.
As the starting center for the Nets last year, but it didn't end up that way.
Lopez a screen. Passes it to Kilpatrick. Lopez drives in. And he banks in the layup. Lopez has got 8 points.
Great way to start to have easy layup against some soft D.
Here's Jensen. Milwaukee.
É, tipo, tu com mais força.
1 for 4 from the field since halftime. They're having a tough time
Com mais
getting it
força.
going here.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Parker with it. And Young picks him up defensively.
Ei.
Parker passes to Jensen. That
Olha lá no que entra, mano.
That's just turning into a slow start here in the second
O
half.
que é? Maldição.
In the locker room.
Screen by Young.
Que churubas.
The feed to Bogdanovich for the lead. Another one
Oh.
falls for Brooklyn.
Puta que pariu. Ainda vamos perder o jogo.
Great ball movement.
The Bucks trail. Carter Williams kicks to Freak. Middleton on the wing.
Anda lá, Zé.
Shoots from 8.
Anda lá.
No good.
Olha lá,
D
mano.
by Lopez.
Boy, they were ready
Cara.
for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense.
Caga.
Great offensive
Cagando
performance they're
mesmo.
putting on.
You see the benefit of knocking down
Esses gajos
baskets
cagam
consecutively because it leads to the
porra.
confidence
Olha lá,
growing
olha lá.
and growing.
And guys, we call that the zone.
Lá, lá.
Because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone.
Easy.
And I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
The shot by Middleton.
Easy.
Wide open. And again, the Bucks miss.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
Jack against Carter Williams. Lopez a screen. Back to Jack. There's the triple. And he gets the bucket.
Jesus,
Jack's got a pair of threes now
mãezinha.
here in the third for the Nets.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it
Bola ao
off,
peito,
so
passa a bola.
why not? And the
Agora
Bucks
vou marcar.
arguably were the best story in the Eastern Conference last year. How about going from the bottom of the barrel to a 6th place finish in that Eastern Conference?
Ei,
Monroe dishes to Freak. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
disseste esta merda.
Here's Parker. And it's in.
Oh,
After
man.
a nice bounce off the right side. Parker's got 6
Eu ganhei
points.
esta merda, vais
Third
ver.
quarter action and just
Vocês
under
vão
3.5
ver.
minutes have gone. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 2 from
Yes,
Marcus.
vais
In
ver.
their play against the Eastern Conference, they went 30 and 22 Clark against the rest of the conference.
A nice step for a young team, but you look at it more closely. Basically, the Bucks beat teams they should have beaten, but you know, Kevin, the good teams do that consistently, so a good step for them.
Oh, por amor de Deus, Zeca. Eu ali em cima do cesto e mesmo assim não incesto.
And contest that shot.
Que cancro que este jogo é.
Pass to Kilpatrick.
Ei, não deixa.
It's rebounded by Carter Williams.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Stripped away.
Ah, que se tira.
In transition, here come the Nets. Jacks are running, and Parker with
Toma.
the block. Middleton outside. Dishes to Carter Williams. For the tie, Young with the steal.
Que bailarina foi
Here
esta?
come the Nets. Here's Kilpatrick, and he's good on the three.
Ai meu Deus.
Kilpatrick's got 5 points in the quarter. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for Brooklyn.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that.
Oh, man.
aggressiveness.
Another part of their game that's made a difference tonight is all the second chance points they've been able to get.
And here's Brooklyn. They're on a 12-4 run right now. 54 seconds left to play in the third. Bogdanovich passes to Lopez.
Isto é grandes músicas, sim senhor. Bora, Zé. Não fales disso, por favor. Oh, man. Falta-nos ponto, anda lá para empatar, pelo menos.
That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And it's one thing to get the steal, but to so alertly turn it into a transition opportunity, even.
Ei, não deixa. E ai, não, estava a ver. Já nos marcaram triplo. Ai, já estão no. Ei, Jesus! Já perdemos a puta do jogo. Olha esta merda, nunca entra, por amor de Deus. Esquece. Já não jogo mais esta merda. Pronto, agora estou fazendo anti-jogo, está bem. Chora.
However, he was 44th in defensive rebounds. That's one important area he definitely has to work on.
Só por causa dessa, toma.
From outside, off the mark.
Well, he's building a house with those bricks. I mean, one reason is he keeps trying to force it up when he's
acaba logo de
well.
jogar.
Move the ball, share the sugar.
Outside check.
Pep. Marminhos. Ganda anti-jogo. Ganda anti-jogo.
Yeah, and I thought good execution really played a big part throughout.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris.
A ganhar por tanto. Que a puta das bolas não entravam. Let's go. Ai, vida.
Kevin, we have Brooke Lopez with us. Tell us about the energy out there tonight. It seemed like there was a...
The 2K Sports post-game show. Quantos minutos de live?
Kevin, thank you, and now we get a chance to check out our Jordan player of the game.
He deserves a ton of credit on how many areas of the game he impacted tonight. His defense was superb. Offensively, he was ready to shoot the basketball. However you slice it, he was lighting it up at one end of the court and shutting them down on the other.
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels, Ernie. Too many levels to talk about. Man, in some game, he's in the background. He doesn't get the chance to be the star of the show, but not tonight.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show.
Sim, vai, anda lá, vá.
Tell you about Vic. He has his bad rap.
Oh, fool. Agora tenho que estar a ouvir este gajo.
And I understand some of his judgments.
Ai.
Might shadow his actual character. He's not that at all. Man, Vic, let me tell you something. We actually, we have love for each other. We're brothers. Blood couldn't make us any closer at all. I mean, he
Bem, acho que amanhã vou fazer livezinha de FIFA 16 só para me despedir. Vou continuar a fazer o modo carreira e a minha PS4 parece estar a levantar voo. Ok, já abrandou o motor. Porque dia 29 se calhar chego a casa, já tenho o FIFA 17. Não sei se vem sexta-feira ou se vem sexta-feira, se vem quinta-feira ou se vem sexta. Eu já reservei e eles costumam mandar sempre no dia em que sai, por isso não sei. quinta-feira enviar o FIFA 17, eu claro que vou instalar e o braço, depois vou fazer logo uma livezinha. Whatever now. Sim, senhor. Três de 8. Jesus. Hey, bro. FIFA. Contact the code. You check out my recent video. Ai, este gajo é o mano da outra vez. Pois é. Eu nem me lembrava deste mano. Yeah. Bem pessoal, eu acho que não vou fazer mais jogo nenhum. Vou acabar aqui a live. Foram 20 minutos, mas 20 não. Quase 40 minutos. Eu já tinha feito uma live de NBA. Por volta aí das 6 e qualquer coisa até às 8. E estou um bocado cansado. Por isso devo ir embora agora. Vou desligar a play porque ela também precisa descansar. E talvez amanhã volte. Vou se calhar com FIFA 16, sim, como estava a dizer há bocado, para me despedir. E pronto, e é isso pessoal, obrigado por estarem aí. E portem-se bem, maltinha. E até à próxima. Porque eu na próxima vez também estarei cá, de certeza. Vá, fiquem maltinha.